What is up, my friends? Welcome back to another episode of Sunday Sessions with Rich. If you're watching this via video, you caught me in the middle of rolling some Mary Jane, so forgive me. If you are new to this amazing channel, like, share, subscribe, comment. We want to hear from you. I drop episodes every single Sunday. And yeah, the whole purpose is to give back to the collective, be a space where people come and get the information they need to create the best reality possible. But enough of me. On today's episode, a friend of the show, Nicole. She's an author, speaker, life coach, reset creator. She's assisting souls in navigating through their dense emotions via her reset methodology, which I want to tap into because there's some new shit. Some new
Yes,
shit here. Nicole,
always.
welcome back to the show.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I gave
I
you a
think I was so
mini.
excited when you said something about that before. I was like,
I got you. The introduction got an introduction. Come on. I gave you a mini red carpet. But for those
yeah.
who don't know you and those who do know you, because we always expand and let us know who you are and what you got going on.
I am so many things.
Come on
Um,
now.
but I think I guess for me the best thing is I like to help people reset their emotions. Because
Mm,
emotions are definitely a catalyst for growth.
mhm.
And it is something that the collective, like, you can't get around emotions and feelings. Like, that's something that, but the thing is, we're not aware of our emotions and feelings and how they make us feel. We just
Right.
kind of scattered.
Yep.
um, so I just like to kind of help people be more aware and learn how to move through those emotions and release them, and you know just be able to just love and not feel that dense energy anymore. Not anymore,
Mm,
because that is always an evolving thing. Like, this is
yeah.
what the world is about, but to have a better understanding of our emotions and be more aware is a good thing to kind of be able to move ourselves through this
Hmm.
particular earth game simulation.
I guess kind of like what got you, because every time we catch up, it's a new reality. So I'm curious, like, what made you want to just dive deep into resetting these emotions? I know you have something every Wednesday you have on your Instagram where you talk about this. Can you talk to us about that?
Yes, I do this thing called Reset Wednesdays, where we go through the dense emotions, because I don't like to call them negative emotions because it
Yes.
makes people feel bad. I like to
Yes.
say dense because they're heavy. Like, anger is heavy,
Yes.
sadness is heavy, you know, guilt is heavy. All of these things are heavy and weigh us down. So
Hmm.
I kind of like to give people the definition of what these things are, because sometimes we say them and we really don't know the definition, the true definition of what these dense emotions are. Like, a lot of people think that envy and jealousy, it's kind of it's a little different. I think envy, from what I remember, is more about, oh, that person is doing well. Oh, they inspire me in some ways. But jealousy is more like devious.
You
And
get
I think
something that
we
I don't have.
yeah, I think we had it twisted
We do.
a little bit. And forgive me if I'm incorrect. It may be the other way around, but
Yeah.
either way, these things are things that we don't really look at the definition of it. So I
Yeah.
like to look at the definition of it to give people a glance of where it could be held in the body, where it could be held in the chakra, what it can do for your body as far as in a hurtful way, or and also what it can do when you actually learn to release and let go of these feelings. So I think I started, we all know that caregiving was definitely a catalyst for me. And I think that's where I started to kind of understand, like, this is really more about emotions. It's really
Hmm.
not like, if you're not driven by your emotions, you can go through things. But on this
Mm.
earth game simulation, emotions are what drive us, to be
Can't
very honest.
escape them.
Like people always say, your thoughts create your reality. Yes, but there's a couple pieces that are missing to me, which is your thoughts create your emotions, which in turn creates your feelings, which in turn creates your actions, and then you get your
Did
reality.
you
So
post this?
I don't I think
I
I may
felt
have said it before. um
I saw something about this recently and exactly how you just
yeah, I did
described
say
it.
something about it before. Because, like, we missed that element, we missed those couple of pieces that we don't really think about. And like if you tap into your emotions and you are able to really kind of focus on and be aware of, like, hey, damn, why am I angry? Where is this coming from?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I
It's
know
even
we're
my anger that I'm feeling right now.
exactly, and
That was
I
fine.
I always feel like we are a reflection of like me and one of my daughter's friends were talking yesterday, and she was just talking about how she felt like her emotions are so scattered, and
Mm,
now like since we have been talking, it's definitely been one that she's more aware of now. So when I first met her, she was like, oh, like, like one of
yeah.
the, and from us just talking, it's like she has kind of calmed herself a little bit, and it's so amazing to see her growth, because she
Mm-hmm.
was like, me and her talked about like healing and different things like that, and it's just amazing to see how just from that little bit of talk that we had, how it has impacted her to actually want to learn more about herself, her emotions, and different things like that. So it's big, and she was like, emotions are a big thing in this world, and I just
Mm-hmm.
thought that was, I think a lot of people don't realize that, how our emotions drive us. And that was basically the reason why I decided to kind of dig a little deeper into
Yeah.
our emotions and things like that. So,
Because it's easy, like anger. If prime, prime example, I was in my ego last week
mhm.
because I'm too love and light sometimes. And that day I was like, I gotta let my little Gemini side out a little bit because y'all done fucked up. So I had a little incident at the gym. I can be petty sometimes.
What did you do, Rich?
So I didn't do anything. So I'm a component of I don't fake shit. If I don't like you, I'm not gonna
Okay.
talk to you. And it can be this awkward thing. I don't give a fuck. It ain't awkward with me. I'm just going to act like you don't exist.
Mhm.
So me and my bro, who's working out, old friend of his. He always speak to me. He knows I don't like him, but I was like, like, look, I don't like you. Like, can we stop talking, please? His ego got hurt, of course. What do you mean? He just started acting macho. And then me being me, Mr. Petty King, I know that I'm fueling him, but I'm doing the slight way where like it ain't gonna go left. And so then I leave there, and then this crazy crackhead start coming at me weird. I'm like, oh, you can get it today too. You can get the smoke too today. I don't give a fuck. You hit the blunt, brother.
Oh,
But yeah, sometimes I gotta let the ego out.
yeah, absolutely. You
But the
got to.
more of that story is my anger led me to make an irrational decision. So guys,
Absolutely.
you can your anger.
Exactly. Exactly. But then you get down on yourself and you feel guilty for
Why?
feeling that
No,
when you should.
I ain't feel good. I was like, no, y'all anybody can get it now. We in that mode. We want all smoke.
I know that's right. Ain't nothing wrong with that at all. At all. It's okay. Mm-mm-mm.
Now, for someone who's listening and like, how can we what practical things can we do? Because if an emotion comes, like we could be chilling on the couch and our mood just changes and we don't even know why. Like, what can we do to like center ourselves in that moment and like be the observer?
Man, I'm telling you, that happened to me. And I guess with this retrograde going on, like it really happened to me about, what was it, maybe about 4 or 5 days ago. And it was like, it wasn't just me, it was both of my daughters. Like, we were all like feeling down. Like, she was like, my oldest daughter was like, I've been crying all day. And I'm thinking, I'm like, why is all this happening? Like, then I started to realize it was retrograde. But, for me, when I realized it, the first thing I did was I went directly into my closet and was like, I gotta go meditate. And
Hmm.
I'm always gonna come back to meditation because it really, like, to just sit and center myself in that moment and just give myself those I am grateful for this, I am grateful for that, I am grateful for this, and da 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 da. It elevated my mood at that moment. And when I came out, I was totally different. So I
Mm.
always say, for me, the best thing for me is meditation. I cannot talk about meditation enough. Like, it really changed my life 4 or 5 years ago, and ever since
Wow.
then, I can just see the difference. Like when I do feel that way, even my husband would tell
Yeah.
me, like, you ain't meditated today. You need to go get in your closet.
You're a little
He's like,
cranky today.
he say, yeah, you need to go get in your closet because I don't know what's going on with your energy's
Yeah.
off. I'll be like, all right, I'll go get in my closet. He was like, you better now? I was like, yeah, I'm better now.
How much better? How much better?
Much better, much better. To me, it's like for me, that's one of my highs. Since I can't
Mm,
do that, that's my high. I get I get in my closet and center myself, and I am good. I am good after that. After I get into that mode of being able to talk to my guys, my inner self, and
mhm.
just feel the great vibes from the spiritual community. After that, I'm done. I'm
That
done.
reset.
Else, yeah. What
Guys, I
reset?
challenge you. What does your reset look like? Like
Yes,
what? Because
yes.
like everything is for everybody. Like some people like, oh, I don't want to sit and meditate. But like
Yeah.
find that pocket of what you can just center yourself, detach from the world, detach from the matrix.
Some people like to I know another thing that I like to do is a couple of things that I always like to do. Like one thing, of course, is to journal. That's always big. Or find something that you actually like. I love playing the guitar, different things like that.
Yo,
That'll have me doing stuff all day long. Just learning the guitar is definitely big for me.
such a beautiful instrument.
Gosh, I love it. And then when we went to this little wine festival the other day, and this
Ooh,
guy
what
was,
y'all get?
oh gosh, I don't even remember. It was like they give you, the glasses where you can like go around to the booths
The
and
little sample?
taste. Man,
Yeah.
I was
I know y'all
after
was lit. I
after like
know
the
y'all was
fourth
lit.
one, I was like, I'm done.
You was like,
But
baby, we gotta go.
we ended up getting no, we stayed there. We ended up getting, like, I think me and a couple of my friends had like 4 bottles, and we just drunk the
God
four
damn,
bottles.
that's lit.
It was four of us, five of us actually. But it was, I mean, it was good. And the guy, they had a band there, and he was just awesome on the guitar. And I was like this.
And you
And
was
I was
litty
like,
too off the wine, so that was heaven.
yes. And then, you know what? And I'm not like a dancer or anything. Like,
But you was vibing that day.
me and actually one of my friends brought her mom, and she's like, I think she's in her 60s. So we got
Mhm.
on the dance floor. It was just
Yeah.
a
It's
nice
that
time.
frequency, that
Yes,
music.
yes, frequency. Oh my gosh, music. Yes. And that's another thing. Listen to your favorite songs. That will upbeat you in a minute. Like,
Yeah,
I'm a
so
big
true.
Queen Herbie fan. Oh my gosh, I love her. Have you ever heard of Queen Herbie?
No, but I'm loving the
Oh,
name.
it's like it's QVEEN.
QVE. Okay.
So
Is
it's
it
not QQ, but it's,
what's her genre?
um I guess pop. She does some rap. I love her.
Okay.
I
I love
absolutely,
music. I'll give her a
and
listen.
I do not really feel like she's getting her just due. Like, she is
Mm.
awesome, and she
The
talks
low
about
key
a lot
ones
of
are always the best ones.
man. She talks about a lot of vibration stuff, like a lot.
Mm.
Like today, I found the song that she just did, like 7 new songs, and I cannot remember the name of the song, but I was like, this is absolutely me. I wish I could find
Damn.
it right now, but I can't.
Is she on
But
Apple?
she's on. I think she is. She's on Apple. She's
Okay.
on. Matter of fact, I think she has an Instagram page, Queen Herbie, and she just wrote this one song. Oh my gosh, I love her. She's actually what helped me, probably elevate too. And
Yo.
she's awesome. I love her. Um, but your songs, and another thing I used to do is video journal. I used to video journal a lot.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I loved the video journal.
That's
Like, just
true, like time traveling too.
man, video journaling, especially when I was going through my heaviest moments.
Mm-hmm.
Like, now I can actually look back at them and just see where I was and where I am now. It's a
Damn.
big difference. Like, I love to video journal. And people don't realize that they're doing that now. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of people are video journaling, but they don't know that you can use it for that as well, like to just release. Like, it's kind of like talking to your best friend through your own video, kind of, sort of.
That's
Um,
true.
yes, like, I would sit there and just cry. I've had moments of crying. I've had moments of joy. I had to, because it's hard sometimes to talk to people and get them to really understand how you're feeling.
Yep. I agree. I agree.
So I used to always, when I was in that space, if I really didn't feel like I had a friend that I could talk to any of my friends, but my mind goes a lot of different places.
Yeah.
Um, And sometimes, like, when my frequency is really, really high, I talk about stuff that people are like, what?
Mm-hmm.
So, me actually having that video to actually talk to it's you and you,
Yeah.
and to just look back at that and just see where I was to where I am now it's definitely, it was inspiring for me, just to see how I was when I was in that dark, dense moment or that place, to go to, and to see where I am now, to watch videos on, if I put something on TikTok or stuff like that, if I go back and watch my videos, I'm proud of myself.
Yeah.
We should be proud of ourselves. Like, it's okay to feel a level of proudness and confidence in what you're doing and how you saw yourself before, and how, it's just the level of growth, that we don't, like, we think we have to kind of hide ourselves.
Hell no. Flex your shit. Talk your
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. So, that's where I am now. I'm like,
I love
it
that.
is what it is. I used to always worry about what people thought and what they
Mm-hmm.
how they felt about me. And I used to, but now that's how I feel.
Fuck 'em. Fuck
That's
'em.
how I feel now. Like,
It's true though.
yeah, it's about me, and the people who love me are gonna love me. And
Yeah.
the people, if, like, I posted something today, like, this lady came in my inbox and was like, you have a lot of envy and all these things around you. And I'm like, well, if I didn't, that means that my light would have been dim. So obviously my light is bright.
Mm-hmm.
You have a light, if you have a bright light, people are going to attract to you that their light may be a little bit
You
low.
go trigger them, and they're not
So
gonna understand why you're triggering them. So they're gonna project towards you with negativity, and it's
absolutely,
easier said than done to not let it affect you. Because I've been in the foxhole with this shit, but
absolutely.
it's your
And
responsibility to observe it and understand it.
exactly. And I've been on both sides. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
not even gonna sit here and say that I haven't been that person. Absolutely I have been.
Uh-huh.
But I think once you get to know yourself a little bit more every day, every single day, that all of that stuff, and just being aware of your own body,
Mm-hmm.
your own mind, and your, like, the thing, you don't have time for it.
Nope.
You don't have time for it. So when you start to love on yourself, all that stuff disappears. And I think a lot of people don't realize that. Like, we're always looking for somebody else to love us and to give us that, that pat on the back, and be like, oh, it's okay. But no, that shit is internal.
Yeah.
You got to feel it yourself first before you can even accept it from anybody else. Not to say that you don't have angels on, physical angels here on
Yeah.
earth that will definitely give you that,
But
but it
it's
still
not.
starts
You
with
gotta
self.
have that.
You
Like
got to.
I like to go back to like my old stomping grounds, to like those moments where I was manifesting where I am right now, or even when I was at my lowest, because it
Yeah.
humbles the fuck out of me, and it also
Yes.
reminds me of like how because it's easy to forget, because it's always like, damn, it's
Yeah.
always something next I can be doing, but it's like, no, you used to be struggling in this
Yeah.
building,
Yes.
wishing you were in the position that you are right now. This is night and day. And I remember I was commuting back home, and I just started crying, like these just deep tears. I'm
Mhm.
like, damn, because we've done a lot of shit. We've survived a lot of things. We've overcame a lot. The things we thought would never get better. Your life is amazing right now.
Absolutely.
You
Like,
got
I don't
oof.
think people realize how awesome this Earth game simulation is. Like, you have the ability to really change the dynamic of your life if you are open and willing to do it. And if
Yup.
you are aware, like, people really do not realize that this is an exciting place to be. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know, some people don't want to be here. I've been there before.
Yep.
You don't want to be here.
It's
You
hard.
you're going through so much, but you can just, that switch, I'm telling you, like, I don't know, for me it was meditation. That switch just did it. And it just
Mm-hmm.
made me just want to do more, and made me want to be more of service, and to just really pour my heart out. Like I said, we were talking about human design earlier. Once I've learned about human design, I used to always get down because people used to be like, you're always doing something. Like, how about
Mm-hmm.
you stick to one thing? And I used to be like, I don't want to stick to one thing. That's
Yeah.
Like, and I used to feel bad about it. I'm like, maybe I need to stick to one thing. But then when I started to find out about human design and, what I am as far as a 3-5, and I noticed that, like, the characteristics of myself and what I do, I go from thing to thing. Like whatever brings me joy, I
Mhm.
feel like I want to do in that moment. And that's how I keep my frequency high,
Mhm.
is by continuing to do things and do things. And I'm a 3-5, so I learn from my experience. I have to go through it first. And then I learn from it. And then I'm actually able to help somebody else out with it and, different things like that. So when I found that out, it just opened me up to understanding, like, this is me and this
Mhm.
is who I am, and I'm going to continue to do multiple projects at the same time, and it's okay, and all of them will turn out exactly how they're supposed to turn out. And when I get tired, I take a break. It's just that simple. Like right now I have one, two, three, four, five, I think five different projects going on right now,
I love it.
but it makes me feel good. And I
Yeah.
where people, like, I get it, like you should be focused on one thing, but yeah, I am focused on one thing, and
Mhm.
that is healing. That is helping people find out where these emotions are coming from and how to resolve them and move through the next one and the next one and the next one. And everything that I'm doing is about emotional release, about resetting your emotions and trying to recognize them, and just being aware. And
Mhm.
like now with the book that I got coming out called The Gift of
Yeah,
Emotion.
let's talk about that. I saw that too. I was gonna bring that up. Let's talk about it. Miss
Like
Author.
I'm so excited about that one. I'm so excited about the journals. I have two journals. I actually have 6 books and 11 journals, but I
God damn.
cannot send them all out at one time, of course.
Yeah,
So I
no,
have,
yeah, 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 yeah.
you know, um I need to chill a little bit and just do one, like, a couple at a time. So I have The Gift of Emotions, that's basically going to talk about the reset, method. And then I have the two journals that kind of go with that, which is about shadow work and,
Love
diving
this.
deeper into your emotions. And then
Mhm.
I'm also working with like some teenagers right now. And I'm so excited about that.
I love this.
Oh my gosh, this teenage one. I'm like, I think I'm more excited about that because of, what it's going to entail. It's called In Their Shoes, a parent's guide to connecting with your teen. And I have
Oh,
right now I have like 9 that have been confirmed, teenagers that
love
are going
this.
to, like, write, like, I'm gonna do an anthology with them and allow them to write a chapter, because who better to hear it from than them. At first I
Yeah.
actually wrote the book already, but the other day something just was like, when I got into meditation, it was like, this is a better idea. Like,
Mm,
make an anthology with them, because so many people are starting to do anthologies now about their lives,
yeah.
and some of the similar things that they've been through with other, with other, either women or men or whomever or collective. But I'm like, what about these teenagers? Like,
Mhm.
they come in here already knowing the power that they hold, and then us as parents, we're scared. We are already scared of the program that we've been given. So we put that programming onto them, and that's where the resistance comes in. Like, allow
Mhm.
these teenagers to flourish on their own and allow them to love on their own. Just, I mean, you can be, because we only thing we are is overseers. Like,
Yeah,
we are
yeah.
here to give them the blueprint. Like, these are the things you should and should not do, blah blah blah. But allowing them to figure out their own lives
Mhm.
is the best thing that I think I've given to my children. Like, allowing them to be teenagers, allowing them to learn as they move through, allowing them to be able to speak to me, to talk to me. Like, I just felt like that was one of the things I didn't have growing up. I was very
Mhm.
quiet and I didn't say a lot. So I allowed my kids to come to me and say, I mean, there's a level, but
Yeah.
but you still give them that space to hold it. Like, I don't want my kids to go with the generational curses that I had. Like, I'm trying to
Mhm.
stop that. Like, allow them to figure out themselves and allow them to figure out their goals and their desires and their wants. Listen to them.
Mhm.
So this is what this book is about. Absolutely being able for them to be able to express themselves and to be able to give advice from a teen's perspective on how parents can actually listen and allow their children to flourish and grow. So I'm definitely excited about that one. Like I love what I do personally,
Mhm.
but this for me is big because I feel like a lot of teens and parents can actually, learn how to break these barriers and lower the level of resistance that we have between the two generational gaps. So I'm really excited about that one. Like,
This is a is it's so important, especially working with because teens they don't know how to control their emotions. They don't even understand why they're feeling the way
yeah,
they do.
absolutely,
Damn,
absolutely.
that's dope.
But the good thing is letting them talk,
Give them the space
listen,
to, yeah,
listening to them. Like I had
listen to listen, not listen to
one
respond.
I had one teen when I contacted the parents,
Mhm,
and they were like, at this time I would have to decline, and I'm like, there it is. We are putting the fear that we had
mm,
um, inside of us onto these kids because nobody knows where these things are going to go. But if
mhm,
you don't try them, you don't know what this could do for your family. You don't know what this could do for your teen as a not even like most people think of monetarily. No, I'm talking about going to speaking engagements, being able to communicate. Like people are looking at other. I'm looking at this as these kids can go put this on their resume, or they can say that they're co-authors. They can put
mhm.
this on their college essays. I'm looking at things like that can help them potentially gain scholarships and potentially gain you know uh, communication, like being able to speak in public, because that was definitely something that I would have never done at their age. So it's like
Yeah.
I'm giving them, I'm helping that this is going to help them elevate, not
Mhm.
just, I'm talking mind, body, and soul. I'm not talking about, wealthness and things like that. I'm talking about things that they can take into their future. Like,
Yeah.
so I don't know. I get so passionate about it because I love
I love
teenagers.
it.
I do. I love teenagers and to really talk to them and see how their minds work
Yeah.
and see what they think. Like I have a lot of teenagers that come to me, talking, and it makes me, I feel blessed about that I can actually connect to them. Where as a lot of parents are just like, just don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, and it should not to say that that doesn't work, because sometimes it can work.
Mhm.
I'm not saying that don't do that, but I'm just saying like I see where the resistance comes into
Yes.
play.
Yes.
And I think this will definitely be a breath of fresh air for both.
Mhm.
Like teens are actually able to get their story out. And I want to do summits, I want to do discussions, I want to do
Oh.
speaking engagements, I want to I'm even thinking about how to even figure out how to do a TED talk with these kids. Like
Ooh, I love this. I
just
love this.
to, yeah, I'm just like, I want to just really help them.
I
And
think I think too, like once it's for the parents who are like resistant to it, I think once they see enough, I guess like quote unquote success, it's kind of like a group thing. Like once they see enough people doing it, they are not as shy and closed
yeah,
off to the idea, and then they'll be willing.
well,
I think
shoot, by
that
that time the book gonna be finished.
you
So
you feel me? You
I
messed
mean,
up. I think it's
yeah,
dope because it's you when you were talking about earlier where your hands are meant in different jars, but those are your different purposes that you're creating within this thing. Which get like in the key word you said earlier was it makes you feel good. Doing all those things ain't making you feel bad about it. So guys, if you're listening to this, if you don't know, because we have many purposes. You can even have one. I don't know. I don't know.
you're the first person that I actually heard. I say that a lot, but you're the first person that I've actually heard say that too. Like
True.
most people think, oh, wait, I have one purpose. No, you
Got
have
many
multiple
multiple
purposes.
purposes. Yeah, yeah.
Multiple purposes. Like you're here to fulfill those purposes. And I think the emotions that we go through are what actually hold us back. The fear, the fights with sadness, and
Hmm.
those things kind of, it's like somebody gave me this depiction. It's like a cork, or yeah, like a cork or anchor
Hmm.
in water. Like, when you put your anchor in water. We're gonna say the boat. You put your anchor in your boat in the water, and it basically holds the boat back, from moving any further. But once you start to kind of, peel back those layers,
Mhm.
and it comes up and it comes up, just like the cork as well. The cork, you hold the cork down, you start peeling back those layers. It's like you're trying to blossom into who you are, but these dense emotions are allowing us to stay stagnant. Like so
Mm.
many people, if they just were to really get in tune and tap into their emotions, um, and just that self-love,
Mhm.
and a lot of this stuff wouldn't even bother them. Like they
Yeah.
wouldn't care about what people thought. They would definitely dive into things that they want to do. And I think, to be honest, like, of course, as a collective, fear is like the number one thing here,
Yeah.
that they kind of give us, and it's about fighting through that fear. Like when I feel fear, because I still do from time to
Mhm.
time. Um, I'm like, nah, when I feel it, I got to push through it,
Yeah.
because if you don't, it's just going to hold me back. It's just going to hold anything back that I
Yep.
want, or that I want to grow from. Um, you just got to bust through that sucker and just be like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. And I used to do that a lot. That's why, I'm 45, I just turned 45. And I wish I had known what I knew now in my 20s. But
Wasn't supposed to.
I was just about
Part
to
of the
say that.
journey.
I was just about to say that. But I would. That's why I'm trying to really help the teenagers now.
Yeah.
That way they don't have to like say, "Oh, I was scared." Like I had one that sent me a message today. She was like, "I'm not really good with talking," but I was like, "That's okay. That's what I'm here
It's the
for." Like
practice, that repetition. We go get it.
do exactly.
We go
Like you
get it.
keep doing it, you keep processing it, it comes so easily once
Fail
you get
fast so we can get
it.
this thing going.
Exactly. But I love to do stuff like that. To I used to hate going through things, but now I actually understand why I go through things. Like now I'm actually able to say, okay, I got the lesson out of that one. All right, let's go to the next thing. Like nobody's ever prepared for these things that we go through, the dense emotions and the adversities, but those are a catalyst for our growth. Those are what
Mhm.
make us grow. Those are what make us who we are. And if I can if I can touch adults with that, absolutely I would love to. But I know
Feeling
we
everybody's
get
inner child,
yeah, yeah. And
assisting that journey.
after as far as the older you get, the more programmed you become.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a
It's
little
stuck in your
harder.
ways.
Absolutely. And it gets a little harder to get you know adults to come out of that fear-based programming that we have. But as far as the teens, they're just getting here. They're just getting started. They're
Mhm.
just like, they already are. Like I keep telling people, I was like, one thing that I noticed like about a lot of kids now that come in, their throat chakra is wide open.
Mm.
Like they are so vocal.
Mhm.
Like some of them can be overly vocal, but for the most part, they're so vocal. And I'm like, these are these ancestors coming in, like,
Oh,
hey,
wow.
we done, we were so quiet for so long.
Yeah.
Now it's time. Now it's time for us to flourish and use our voice. And, I always say that. I be watching these kids.
Nicole, now I know that the book is dropping pretty soon. When can we expect this awesome masterpiece?
I'm moving towards the end of October. So
Okay.
it'll be soon. I'm excited.
As you should. This is your second one. I'm still procrastinating on the first one.
Actually, this is my fourth book.
What
But
flex?
but
Flex?
but the other two, one was a smut book.
Still a book, don't matter.
I mean, I know. And the other one was like right after my grandmother and my mother-in-law passed away 3 days apart. And it was called What to Do When a Loved One, passes.
Mm.
Um, because it was like a lot of stuff that I learned from there. And it's so
Mhm.
weird how now I think about it, like I was doing the same thing back then, like trying to help people move themselves through the whole process of what we had to go through when my
Mhm.
grandmother and my mother-in-law died. So yeah, that's so crazy that because it was like an experience. I went through
Yeah.
that experience and I wrote a book about it. So it was just weird. It's so and that was 2007. So
Wow.
that was a long time ago. And then after that I wrote a book called Intimate Misfortunes. Yeah, that was crazy. That's
Love
like
that.
a really imaginative book. It was a good book. I enjoyed it. One person said they read it like in one day because it was smut.
I love those kind of reads. If you can
uh,
get lost in a book, that
yeah.
is, I get to a point. So I have a giant library. I've had to condense now, especially before this move. I don't even, by the time they listen to this, I'll probably already be moved to England. Uh, so shit, just a timestamp for real, for real. But I would read, I would obtain all this knowledge, all these books, but then my problem was I wasn't applying it. So
Mhm, yeah,
then I had to this point, okay, let me just stop taking in information. And
yeah,
let me
yeah.
just play the game. You know what to do. Just apply it. You're looking for a different perspective on that. I was like, no, just come on.
You know something I like to do, and I know this is like probably a waste of my money, but I like to have the actual book, and I also like to listen to it in Audible.
That's no, that's value. If you value, oh, it's my money.
I know, but it's just like I got the book, and then I also listen to it at the same time. Some of the books are actually not the
Wait,
same,
you
but
listen to it as you read it?
yeah,
How do you wait?
I don't know.
I mean, I
It
guess
helps
it's no
me.
different than watching Netflix with subtitles. Huh?
I guess so. I didn't think about
Okay.
it.
Wait, damn, because I've never heard that before or
I don't know
seen.
why. It's like I retain it better when I'm listening and I'm actually
No, it
reading it.
makes sense. It makes sense. I've just
But
never thought I might have to try that.
that's what I'm telling you. My brain is just it works differently, which is great. But
What the fuck?
yeah.
You know a skill that I feel like has been lost?
What?
You know, like in school, they'll make you like write in cursive and like read out loud. Like you don't really need to read out loud anymore. Like
No.
you just read in your head.
Hmm. Yeah,
But
absolutely.
have you ever wondered too though, like that voice inside your head that you hear that when you are thinking, who are you, ma'am or sir?
I don't question that anymore because I know who it is.
I love that. I love that.
It's your higher self. It's
I
your
love that.
your inner guidance system.
And the crazy
Like
thing,
that there every second of
you,
the day. Like
you know what's hilarious though, and okay, this isn't mocking anything. I just from a higher consciousness perspective.
absolutely.
When one prays to God in the sky or to whoever, you're literally just talking to yourself. And yourself is reflecting back to you because it's
Come on, Rich. Come on, Rich.
but until you have that newfound awareness, then your higher self then mirrors you from that state as well. So this
And this is where we're trying to get people to understand. But you know, what my grandmother used to say, you can lead them to water, but you can't make them drink.
come on now, especially your siblings. Oh, God.
Oh yeah, I know.
My
I
brother
know.
hit me up yesterday for some money. It always start with hey, and
Hey,
I ain't hear from you in about 3 weeks. And then it come with can I have 10? It's always can I have 10 and then some excuse. And I'm just like, nah, I ain't got it. I'm like, I've learned to have boundaries. I'm not loaning out any money.
I
No,
know
I'm
that's
good.
right. I know that's right. Boundaries are always good,
Because
especially
one,
with
I ain't getting this back and my money valuable.
right. And sometimes it ain't even about the money; it's about the time that's valuable too.
I ain't doing that.
Whew. But yeah, I totally get that all day long. Yeah, your higher self is definitely your inner voice, and people don't understand it. Like the other day, I swear I was in the car and I was like, damn, I should go that way. I was like, nah, I ain't gonna go that way. I'm not gonna go that way. I'm gonna go the other way. And I was like, fuck, why didn't I go
Mm-hmm.
the way that I
Mm-hmm.
thought? Like, damn it.
Mm-hmm.
Because that way that I went ended up having an accident. I said I should have listened to
Damn. A perfect example.
the inner voice and I did not. Like, It's because it leads us every second of the day, like, and we
It's
just
remote viewing and they can see it from a different perspective. It's like, look, don't go that way, go this way. I
absolutely. I
got
love
you.
remote. Would you say remote
Remote
view?
viewing.
Man, it's like having your own. What's the thing that they have now? That's out. I can't even think of what it's called. And I
The
see it. See
oh,
it.
the virtual reality look.
Oh, I was thinking about oh my gosh, my mind has went blank. Uh, the thing, the things that you like you go up
Control the game controller.
the you can get an aerial view. What's the things that you have the remotes? See, your mind is going the same way too.
I know
You have
what you're talking about.
remotes and they go up in the air. I cannot think of what it's called. Not like I literally had one. And we were just playing with my cousins the other day. This is sad. You trying to think about it too, ain't you?
Are you talking? Is it you talking about like a little jumpy, bouncy thing that take you up? Or you talking about when you up in the sky and you're viewing?
No, the it's the thing that sits on the ground, and then when you have the remote control, and my mind has just
What the
drew up.
drone? The little.
Yes,
Okay, 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 okay,
having
okay.
your own personal drone. Good
That's
gosh, I
fucking
cannot
true.
get that word out
No,
from.
okay. I was like, you talking about the little bungee cord little shit?
Yeah, I was like, where you going?
I was taking this multiple ways. I was
I'm
taking
like,
that
where
thing.
you going? Where you going, Rich? Where you going?
I gotta analyze it different ways, but it's so true.
You have your own personal drone, and you
Own
don't even
personal.
know. Like you could just tune out, go all the way in, and then come all the way back
You
down.
know what's funny though? Like these bodies, if you play the video game, these are the character, and our higher self is the one that's doing the beep, 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 beep.
Absolutely, we in this Earth game simulation all day long. And the one that depicts it the most is The Sims. I love
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Sims depicts it the most. I'm like, my daughter used to play all the time, and I was like, why do you do that? Like, why do you like to play the game? She was like, because I feel like I'm God.
And that's how it is in this shit. Oh, little did you know.
Oh, but now she understands. Definitely, she got it now. She was like, okay, I get it. Like, so she used to
Cause I
say
feel
that.
like, cause I feel like God already knew this couldn't piece it together.
Exactly, exactly. She used to play all the time. Like, she was like, I could just create and have them do different things, and blah blah blah. And I was like, I said, you can do that with your own life. Right? Only if you tap in. Only if you understand the value of your. Then you are actually able to do the same things. And to be honest, we are God. If we are a fractal piece of God, we are God. And a lot of people don't know that either. They don't realize that. Like, I really feel like my whole feeling is that God or source or whatever you want to call it is the overseer.
Mm-hmm.
And your higher self is definitely the person that is, but you also come into this earth game simulation with a plan already.
Mm-hmm.
But it's
The
up to
blueprint.
you. Yeah, it's up to you to, find that plan and stay the course of that plan, but also be open to if the plan kind of goes a different route.
Even if it does, like it's
It's
it's like
always a plan.
it's always a plan, and we got the free will. Like you and a soulmate of yours, I could have contracted to meet up, but you was thinking with something and made a different decision, and now that course of destiny didn't happen. Then maybe you got to come back and do it again because you ain't follow the
Yeah.
initial thought. So then it's like, how many times have you been here? Were you the same person before? Is that
Yes.
why deja vu is the way it is? You already experienced this shit
Come
before, but
on
you
now.
had to run
Come
it
on.
back. I'm just saying. But
I have,
then, sorry, I'm in a little rant.
no,
And
go,
then
go.
from this
I can talk
perspective,
about
that
this all day long.
because this I love this shit. From this perspective, it's like a long, like if you live to like 80 years old, it's like this long stretch of time. But for my higher self, the remote viewing aspect, it's a blip. So they go keep running it back as many times as we need. From this perspective, this long drawn out process.
Mhm. Oh my God, you just brought up something that we
This
were
shit
talking
get
about,
deep.
and I know this is probably going to sound weird, but you know how the older you are, the older you get, like my grandfather's 85 right now.
Hmm.
And the other day he was like, yeah, one of my friends died. And, I got to go find out when his funeral is and everything. And I'm like, damn, that made me think like the older you get, like I could understand, like if I'm 80, like and all my friends are gone, like what is the point of me even being
I
here
don't
anymore?
want to be here no more. They on the other side. I want to, let's go.
Right. Like why am I what is still holding me here? Who am I? Like my grandfather had two or three best friends.
Hmm.
Both his best friends have passed away, like recently, like one last year, I think, and the other one the year before.
Yeah.
And I know he's just like, why am I still here? But then again, if you are a believer of karma, I feel like, my grandfather's he's had his fair share of things that he's done. So I'm like, is his karma to be kind of in that lonely state without the friends? Because he has a family,
Hmm.
and of course, the older your family get, you may not talk as much or whatever. Now I talk to my
Yeah.
grandma all the time, but not every day, not every day. But the older you get, it's like, do your family think about you? Do they care? And I'm just like,
So
do I want
true.
like people used to be like, oh, I want to live until I'm 100. No, I don't. I do
It's,
not want to live until I'm 100. I don't.
yeah, I feel like the longer you live, the more you lose, which is a humbling experience.
Mm,
I wouldn't want to live forever. That sounds boring. I'm okay with not seeing my triple great grandchild. I'm good. I hope y'all,
yeah.
hope I,
Because I read something the other day. Oh my gosh, and it was like in 100 years, the house that you live in right now, somebody that you do not even know will be living in that house,
yes,
and your great 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 grandchildren will not even know your name. They won't even,
yeah. I don't
in
even know mine. I don't even know mine.
absolutely. So it's like people, we don't think about these types
Forgotten.
of things. And like, our house, the house that we live in now got built, this was our first house, like our first purchased house, and we got it built. But I'm like, and we're the only family living here
Yeah,
for years. Somebody else is literally going to be living here that I have no clue who those people are.
yeah.
It's so weird. We don't really think about all of these different things, like how
It's a,
life is really moving forward.
life is a plug and play.
It is. It
New
is.
new character. Okay, you're done. New character. The experience has to go on. The
Like my
show.
my my daughter's boyfriend the other day, he said something about like how old. He was like, "You getting old?" I was like, "Age ain't nothing but a number." And I said, "If quiet as it's kept," I said, "You're probably about 10,000 years old, and you don't even realize it because you've reincarnated here many, many, many times." He was like,
I gotcha. You're old too, my friend.
"Exactly, you're old too, so don't even start it, buddy." But no, he was like, "Dang, I never thought about it that way."
Yeah, it's true though. In this human body, you young, but shit, outside of that, the soul is
So it's
limitless.
old. Oh, but I love it though. I love things like this. Like I could talk about stuff like this all day long.
This is
My
how you
husband, oh, like he'd be like, "Oh God, here we go." I was like, "Sorry, this is
the
what. Hey, sorry." My
these are
husband
the
always said,
talks.
he said he's been married to. We've been together. Matter of fact, this year will be our 20th year
Sheesh,
anniversary.
congratulations.
Thank you. In our 25 years together. Okay. So he's like, within that time frame, he was like, I've been married to at least 10 different women because you have been at least 10 different women. You have evolved like so many different times that it's crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is what life is about. Like,
Evolution.
it is definitely about evolution, it's about growth, it's about learning. This is all learning, learning,
Yeah.
going through situations, adversities, and basically seeing how you get through them. And how you're emotionally attached to them. About detachment, like, because a lot of people don't realize we have to detach from a lot of these things as well. Like,
Yeah.
detachment is real. It's an art to detachment. Like, you have to really learn how to detach from people, things, places. I mean, all of it. I don't know. I like that too. I love detachment as well.
Yes, that's
Love
my
talking.
strong suit.
Yeah.
I
That Gemini strong suit.
don't give a fuck. You go hate
But that's
me.
something that I wrestle with that because of the fact that like me being the only child,
Yeah.
like, you know, my cousins were like my brothers and sisters, and I think I got to a mode where I used to always think of them as my brothers and sisters,
Yeah.
and you know, even my friends, and even when we fall out, I used to get so hurt behind it because I'm like, that's just like my sister, my brother.
Yeah.
Now I'm just like, you know, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. You know, what is that thing? People are supposed to be in your life a reason, season, or a lifetime, and
Aaron just posted a reel about
that's
that being like a that just means you're not in the same timeline anymore. You
absolutely
and I'm like,
yes,
damn, that
yes,
damn.
in the same
In the
frequency, in the
same
same,
exactly.
just all of that. Like, um, my daughter's friend was talking about that. She was like, I don't really even talk to none of the people I used to talk to. I said, because that's because you've elevated. Your frequency is a little higher now. So when your frequency start to raise, people will drop off if they're
Yeah.
not meant to be on your now. If they now what can happen is once they rise their, you know, rise their frequency and
Mm-hmm.
vibe a little higher, you might get back in contact together because I've seen that
Mm-hmm.
happen before. But once you rise, once your frequency and your vibration rises, yeah, people will fall off if they're not meant to be in your life anymore. So,
That's such a great way to look at it because it's easy like oh the abandonment wound in a sense that's what it triggers. It's like no, we're just
yeah,
not in alignment anymore.
yep, that's
That's a
exactly,
much softer energy. You can
yes,
understand it.
yes, yes.
Everything's a season.
Yep. And abandonment was heavy for me. So with me going through that, being the only child, you know, not having my dad and, you know, somewhat not having my full mother,
Yeah.
um, you know, that abandonment was heavy, heavy for me. And I think that was definitely something that I had to learn how to heal from and release. And once
Yeah.
I did that, I mean, and it's still, you know, you still wrestle with these things, but once I kind of found more of myself, I was actually able to understand it and do it more with ease. Like, you
Mm.
me and this person are vibing, or we're not talking right now. I can tell when I vibrate a little higher because
Mm-hmm.
we don't talk as much, or you know, something like that. And no fault of theirs or no fault of
No,
mine.
no fault at all. No.
I don't want people to be like, oh my gosh, like she thinks she's better. No, no, that's
Nah.
just you when you're in a higher vibe, your vibe tends to grow and grow. But
We
if
just
that
can't
person,
relate. I don't care about what you care about, and you don't care about what I care about. So that's what the misalignment is.
yeah, and if you're in that dense energy, that hard, you know, dense energy where you feel like things are happening to you instead of for you, then you're definitely going to be in a lower vibration. But if
Oh,
I'm moving and moving and I'm going higher and higher and I'm doing what I love and what fulfills me, I'm
yeah.
going to continue to grow. Like Beyonce, good gosh, like her
Good
vibes are
gosh.
just, I mean, you know, if you and there are people that don't like Beyonce, and that's perfectly fine. I love Beyonce, but you can see how her vibe is just really, really high. Like
Yeah.
um, a lot of celebrities. I'm not even going to say a lot of people. I'm not going to say that either. But I'm not just going to say her, but a lot
Yeah.
of other people. When your vibe is high, your frequency is high. Like people just tend to just, you know, not fall off, but they kind of just go in the background a little bit. And
Mm-hmm.
it's okay. It's okay. You know, I'm vibing high. I feel it. I know it. I know that what I'm doing, I love to do.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to do it full time because that is like one of my
Yeah.
the things that I really, really want to do is just do it full time, just to be able to show people really how emotions really drive us full time. And when I
Mhm.
do that, I already know where my vibe is going to be. I already know what frequency I'm going to be on. Um, and when I'm in that era, like nothing can bring me down at that point in time. Like,
Nothing.
Rich, you silly. But yeah,
I'm trying to bring more of my personality on the podcast. I'm silly as hell.
you are silly. It's nothing wrong with that. It's great. That's
Appreciate
awesome.
you.
Laughter is the best thing.
It
So,
is. Nicole, I always
yeah.
ask this last question to my guests. What would your message be to humanity during this time?
Mm, live.
Live, baby, live.
Just like, I don't know. I mean, it's so many messages I could really say. Just I don't know. Self-love is big.
Mhm.
Living through life is big, even through the dents and the hard times. Like, just flow. Just flow, man. That's the biggest thing, I think. I think we don't know how to flow. But it's also good to dissect the denseness of life as well. Like whatever you're going
Mhm.
through, dissect it. But because our vibes are mainly here to be high,
Mhm.
but the way of this world and this earth game simulation, it just sometimes you're going to go through things. Like nobody's exempt from going through things. Nobody. We all kind of go through some of the same things, if not similar things. But it's just about how you get through them, how you process them, and come out on the other side. um and I bring it all the way back to emotions. Be aware of your emotions. Be aware. Look, think about them, dissect them, write them down. If you're feeling a certain type of way, write that shit down. Write it down and see, like, why are you feeling like that? If you feel resentment, or if you feel envy, or if you feel jealousy, write it down. Why are you feeling this way?
Mhm.
Tap into that feeling. Like, and I think that's where a lot of us need to be. Like, we need to tap into the feeling to see how we can release it. And once we learn how to release it, and if it comes back up, you know how to do it again. Like you say, it comes with repetition. Like, you have to learn how to release these things in order for you to nourish yourself and for you to grow. Because the more you hold on to resentment and anger and envy and all of these different things, it's going to continue to weigh you down. You have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable in situations, especially when it comes to those type of things, or even hearing from yourself, that inner guidance system,
Mhm.
that hey, you need to work on releasing these things, or where these things are coming from. It could be a childhood thing. It could
Mhm.
be a childhood trauma. It could be something somebody did, you felt like they did wrong to you. All of these different things are here to push us and teach us and elevate us. But you know I don't know, emotions drive this world. When people are mad, they just want to be mad, and they want to make everybody else mad.
That-
um
That's called a miserable life.
yeah, that is, it can be
But those
absolutely.
those miserable people, they can be, because if you can use these people as examples to put these things into practice as a game, you pass the test.
Absolutely. Just understand that. And then another thing is, like, we have to learn not to take things so personally. That's another thing. Like,
That's
we
that.
take things
Got to check
so
your ego.
but the thing is like, when people are mad at us, or they're projecting their anger onto us,
Hmm.
like, that's not you. It's them. It's
Yeah,
something that they're projecting, like, onto you, but it's something internal that they're going through, their own insecurities
ain't
and
got
different.
nothing to do with me.
Nothing
Nothing.
to do, and especially if you really didn't do anything in some sense. Um, I don't know. I just feel like sometimes people will project, and you just can't take it personal. Like,
It's
seriously.
fun when you are able to know though, because then you
Yes.
can you can peep it right away. I got a
Absolutely.
homie, he wasn't aware of certain manipulation and gaslighting that, some women do.
Yes.
He was a little
Absolutely.
naive. He was a little naive. And
Because
vice
we could be
versa.
very devious. Women could be very devious.
Yeah, y'all can.
Yes,
And
we
y'all get
can.
away with it.
Yeah, we will get. We are going
Damn.
to.
And this one lady chick was doing her little charm. They're too strong, too strong. And he fell for it. But then he had to repeat the lesson. Now he's able to like observe it, and like anything like someone tries, he'll be like, nah, I'm not, nah, I see what you're trying to do.
That is definitely a spell that women have.
It's not fair.
It's not, but and it's so weird because we don't believe, like, a lot of people don't believe in witchcraft, but
Shit.
like, for real, women have spells like the Lilith in you. Um, like, people don't realize you, like, you people can I ain't gonna say women, just women, but we do it very well. We can
Like
manipulate. We are definitely manipulators. We can manipulate really, really well. And I think I know this is gonna sound funny too, but women do it better than men.
Oh yeah, I agree. I ain't got no problem agreeing.
And it's so weird
1000%.
because we don't even know our own power.
No, y'all don't.
And we're just going around just, doing it willy-nilly in it. But if you tap into it for real, you
It's
can really,
dangerous.
it can be very dangerous. It absolutely can be very dangerous. But
Stay
yeah.
safe out here, gentlemen. You heard it from
Yes.
Nicole first. It's a cold world.
I can't be giving up our secrets. Like I can't be, that's it. You can't get no
Look,
more. You can't get no
look.
more.
Okay, every episode you got to drop some game to protect the guys and hold the women accountable in this world.
Can't say nothing else no more. That was it. That's all you're gonna get from us. Nope.
Guys, if you want to know more information and game that Nicole spits to help the men and women collective, what can we find you at?
Instagram, TikTok, Facebook,
Yeah,
online.
yeah, you've been heavy on the TikTok too.
Yeah, I've been trying to because I'm like, I don't
Oh,
even use.
what's up with your podcast?
I haven't been doing it.
I'm holding you accountable.
Get better. I need to. I really do because I had somebody that came up to me and said, I really love watching your listening to your podcast, and I'm like, damn, that really kind of made me think about it. Like, I really need to do
Now
that.
you got responsibility. Now you got people who's like,
I
I
know.
value what you say.
No. And I do love to kind of, it's called a shift in perspective. So I do love to
I'm
give
your
people.
next guest. Let's go.
I know. And, I haven't had guests or anything. It was just me talking. But I do really need to start doing that.
I think that's probably like why you kind of like shifted off because it's like it's different when you're only speaking with yourself because you can't have that engaging conversation. So maybe that'll be like the little spark you need to get to want to.
Yeah. I do. I love doing it. I did. I absolutely love doing the podcast. That was like probably one of my favorite things to do other than writing. But
Yeah, podcasting is very fun, especially like conversations like these.
yes, absolutely. Always. It's always fun with you, Rich. Always fun.
You are dope. You are very dope,
And
my
you
friend.
are too.
Guys, I hope that you enjoyed this episode just as much as I did. I hope you either, if you listened to this sober, great. If you smoked, great. If you had a sip, great. All in all, just
Whatever, all that good stuff.
all that good stuff on this fine, what day is this? Saturday. Oh, hey, one rant before we go. I'm upset. I don't want it to be cold. I'm not ready. I don't like being cold anymore. I used to love fall. I used to can't wait. Nah, I don't like it.
I love fall. I cannot wait to wear my UGG boots, even though I was wearing them during the summertime too. But
Are those things even comfortable?
oh my gosh, what? Are you crazy?
I
I
don't see.
love like
I don't want to wear boots. I don't want to wear a coat.
I got like probably 8 pairs of UGG boots.
8.
Yeah, I love my UGG boots. I can wear those things as
It's
slippers,
8
and they
different
do.
colors.
Yes, they're different colors.
Lord,
It's so sad. I know it's
no, it
bad.
ain't. No, I feel for your husband.
Well, yeah, because I'm always cold, so he's always hot. Like I really, I really understand why he's always hot now.
Wait, why?
My husband he had some blood work done,
Mm-hmm.
and I looked at his blood work and I noticed that he has 17 pints of blood in his body. So I feel like the more blood you have, the hotter you are. Women are
Mm-hmm.
usually kind of cold all the time, and we are usually low in iron and in blood and stuff because of what we go through.
Yeah,
So have low blood and we're
mm-hmm.
always cold. So I now have
That's
realized that
interesting.
he has 17 pints of blood in his body when I looked on there. And he's like throwing covers all over the places. Here I am. I got 2 blankets on me
Oh,
when I go to
I love a good little cool oh, that's
sleep.
the best.
I have a regular blanket and then I have a what is the weighted
Oh, I
blanket.
hate those weighted. Oh, I feel like somebody's smushing me. Hell no. Hell no.
Smushing you?
Smushing me like somebody just collapsed. You don't feel smothered? I like to
No,
feel
I
free,
feel like
loose.
a big bear hug. That's what I feel
Yeah,
like.
you right. It's a bear on you. That's what it felt like. That big motherfucker.
I love that blanket, like, but it's so heavy sometimes I be
That's why he
pulling
be
it.
hot. That's why your husband be hot because
Well,
that's
no,
there.
because it is okay. So a little secret of ours is like I cannot share blankets
You
or
can't
covers
share
with my husband.
blankets.
No, because when we used to share when we first got together and moved together, he used to pull all the blankets like he would
That's
roll and then
that's how my girl be doing. Yeah,
I can't do it. So we have separate blankets. Like I have my blanket, and he has his covers or whatever have you.
I respect it.
Um, yeah, and my pillows too. Don't touch my pillows. Like, but he has definitely snatched pillows from underneath my head, not even realizing that he's done that before. Yeah,
That
and my
sound like
head
a
has said, "Whoop," like that.
that
Yeah,
sound
so
like a battle of the sleeps right now.
it is. It is. It's ruthless out here.
This shit really sad.
It's ruthless.
It's
It's a
ruthless. I can't
war.
even go to sleep in peace.
It's a war out here in the sheets. Like it's a war. Like
When you do drop the book, of course, come back on the show.
but I'm always, how we are. It's my dog.
You the homie. Nicole, as always, thanks for coming on the show.
Always. Thanks for having me, Rich.
Bye, guys.